Hi, my name is Jim Mahar, and we're here at the State Fair. This is the opening day of the Wisconsin State Fair, the year 2000. Seems unusual not to say 1990-something. We're going to do a few things the opening weekend of the fair. We're sending out about at least 4 different film crews out to give you a little flavor of the fair. Now, how many times have you heard you're going to the fair this year as people say, nah, been there, done that, same old, same old? Don't even think that this year, folks, because this year there are changes. There are visible, significant changes. And believe me when I say this is the tip of the iceberg. I'm sitting outside the brand new main gate right now, and behind me you can see some of the changes. You can see the brick pillar fencing with a wrought iron in between. You can see the kiddie ride area. You can probably hear a lot of noise because it's a very, very busy day. So put on your seatbelt, have a lot of fun, and tune in to Channel 14 because you're going to see some neat things you haven't seen before. And I really hope, it just gives you the impetus to visit the fair this year. And if you visit it once, you're going to want to go back because it's awesome, folks. It really is.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for being here for the opening ceremonies of State Fair 2000. We're very fortunate this year, and we are very grateful for you being here today. State Fair 2000 is certainly the launch into a new era for State Fair Park, and one which we are certain our future generations will appreciate. A friend of State Fair Park, Mayor Jeanette Bell, City of West Allis.
Thank you, Rick. Well, this is a really exciting day for the City of West Allis. A little bit of history. West Allis was incorporated as a village in 1902 and as a city in 1906, but the State Fair was located here in 1892. So the City of West Allis really has had the State Fair in our existence even before we existed as a community. We're so excited about the new changes, the improvements. We look forward to the improvements that are going to come in the next 2 or 3 years. It just is a wonderful opportunity for the City of West Allis to host the showcase of Wisconsin in our community. We know that we love the State Fair, and we will continue to love it for many, many years to come. I think the happiest memories I have of my childhood were attending the State Fair every year. So welcome, and on behalf of the City of West Allis, we hope you enjoy the State Fair this year. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor Bell. Mayor Bell has been instrumental in helping us work with the community and become the best neighbor we possibly can be inside of the City of West Allis. One of the favorite sons of the state of Wisconsin is with us today, and he is not only a true friend of the Fair Park, but he is the voice of agriculture in the United States. He is an icon in the industry of agriculture, and he is a true friend. Mr. Samuelson, would you join us? Mr. Orion Samuelson, the voice of agriculture.
Oh, thank you very much. And I'm delighted to be here at the best state fair in the country. And I get to a lot of it. But they put together just a great state fair. And I can't tell you how pleased I am that the governor and the other people involved are doing the work that they're doing here to continue the tradition of the Wisconsin State Fair. I won't tell you how many years ago I attended as a 4-H'er, but it's a few years back. But now we've been coming up here to do our live news show, and we start that today. So we'll be talking to about 750,000 people across mid-America about all the activity here at the Wisconsin State Fair. And then we'll be back up here on Wednesday night of next week for the governor's auction. And I brought my checkbook, but I don't know if I can afford the blue cheese tonight or not. I will be at the cheese auction tonight because that's one of my favorite stops. But thank you so much. for the kind words and the introduction to all of you who worked so hard to put this together. Thank you very much. Come see us at the noon show here at the Wisconsin State Fair. Thank you all very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, for my next number, I would like to just welcome you to the fair and tell you to please go and enjoy it. Thank you very much for being here. You're a very special group. Appreciate your attention.
Well, here we are at the opening day of the year 2000 fair, and we have Mayor Jeanette Bell with us from the city of West Allis. Mayor Bell, an exciting day, isn't it?
Oh, it is just terrific. I can't tell you how proud we are to be a part and have this wonderful showcase of Wisconsin in our community. It's just terrific. And all the new improvements and the governor's vision, it's just been so exciting.
What do you envision this will mean for the city of West Allis?
Well, if all the plans the governor is going to propose later in the fair come to fruition, it's going to be a year-round tourist attraction, and we will have be the beneficiary of that kind of traffic and that kind of interest in our community.
You know, for years, when I heard West Allis described, they describe us as a factory town or a blue-collar town or a middle America kind of town. But in reality, we're kind of like a tourist town, aren't we?
Well, sure. We got one of the largest tourist attractions in the state of Wisconsin right here in our community, Wisconsin State Fair. It attracts almost 1 million people every year. People have such wonderful memories of all the times they spent here. It's Wisconsin at the best, and it's right here in our community.
Well, that's excellent. Now we have another new addition, in addition to all the other new things. The city of West Allis has a booth this year, don't we?
This is the first year that I know of that we've had a booth, and I'm going to be there this afternoon to come and promote West Allis and encourage people to visit some of the businesses and in our community, and just put a good face on for our community to the visitors of State Fair.
Okay, here we are at opening day ceremonies of the Wisconsin State Fair, year 2000. And with me, I have a delightful representative of the state of Wisconsin, Haley Barker, Peterz of the fair. Hi, Haley.
Hi, good morning. It's a beautiful day out here in West Allis, and we're prepared for a wonderful 11 days.
That's great. Now, your participation in the fair goes back a long time. Want to tell us about that?
I first came to the Wisconsin State Fair in 1987 when my brother showed Junior Holstein with the Junior Holstein group here. Then in 1992, I found myself staying in the old dorms, and I showed until 1998. So I've been here for 14 fairs now.
Okay. You have a personality and a sparkle. You're a great representative for the state.
Well, thank you. And that sparkle and the cultivating of my personality came through events like State Fair when I was in 4-H and FFA. So many people in Wisconsin, thank you to all the donators and all the supporters of the State Fair, because it does make an impact on youth and families.
Okay, well, thank you. And any last words for our people at the fair?
We have a great 11 days. The weather is just absolutely magnificent. Come out and join us. There's a new adventure every day at State Fair Park, August 3rd to the 13th in West Allis.
Here we are at opening day at the year 2000 fair again, and with us is the director of the fair and a good friend, Rick Bjorklund. Rick, are you as excited as I am?
I'm so excited I can't hardly stand it, Jim. It's a great opening. It's a great weather. Obviously, we're guilty of a lot of clean living because the big guy upstairs has smiled on us, and it's nothing but sunshine. So can't be a better way to start it out.
Changes. What we're seeing here is just breathtaking, and this, I believe, is only the tip of the iceberg, isn't it?
I agree. It is truly the tip of the iceberg. Sometimes, that movie where if you build it, they will come. I think that what the state has done in tandem with the city, and we've worked with the BID and the Chamber of Commerce, we have taken a leap of faith and jumped forward. The governor has launched it, and our elected representatives have made sure it had momentum. We have taken a leap of faith now that says to the world, the Fair Park is now going to be a number of things. Number one, I think it's going to be a good neighbor. When you see a new fence line across from your house that it either that old chain link fence has disappeared, or new bricks and wrought iron fence line goes in, I think that's being a good neighbor. It's being a better neighbor. The Fair Park can't help but have an impact on the neighborhood. There's a lot of density when we bring people here, so it's important for us to send messages. Look, we want to be a good neighbor. but we also want to make sure that the fair park survives and thrives. And by virtue of a new entry gate and a new dairy cattle barn and a new product pavilion and new programs, that helps make sure that the fair park elevates itself, stays current, stays vital to the coming generation.
I heard a phrase this morning that it really it stuck in my brain. It was, we're going to put the park back in the park. Can you explain that?
Yes, absolutely. State Fair Park truly is a park, but right now it's kind of an asphalt park, in all honesty. Now, as a manager, asphalt is certainly is less maintenance. But as a public official, we need to make sure that people are welcome here and they feel like they can come here and stay here longer. There's a commercial component to that too. When people feel comfortable, they do stay longer. And when they do stay longer, the commercial viability of the park is that much better. So I think by virtue of the work that the master plan is going to do in focusing on putting the park back in the park, that's a very important thing for us.
In this morning's Milwaukee Journal Sentinel, there was an article about a possibility of, in the future fairs, of bringing racing back to the Fair Week.
Yeah, I spoke with Dave Coleman, who's the racing writer for the Journal Sentinel, great fan of the park and of the race program. We want to, as the facilities improve and our ability, much of our abilities to program are based on what the facilities can do and what they can't do. So anytime we begin looking at improving facilities, that means then we can also simultaneously look at improving or expanding or enhancing programs. And racing during the fair is one we're serious. We want to look at it. Can it happen? Can it happen right? Can it happen properly? And if it can, let's go for it.
That's great. Now, people coming to the fair this year and in the future, parking has always been kind of a problem. And we talked about creative parking. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, parking is a density issue. And again, when the park has, if there are 50,000 people coming to the fairgrounds, that's a lot of density coming to the neighborhood, coming to the community. If there's 100,000 people here during the state fair, that's even a larger density issue. One of the fallacies, I think, is that there's an implied, the implication is that everyone can park inside of the park. Well, that's no more valid or real than to think that if you go to a Packer game, you're going to park inside of Lambeau Field. Chances are 9 out of 10 that if you go to a Packer game, you're not parking inside that park at all. So what the realities are is that people, and I think they're fairly well educated, but it's important for us to educate them that there are alternatives to expand park, maybe some remote parking where they're shuttled in. MCTS does a great job with the shuttles, the freeway flyers, and those types of things. That's now up to about 110,000 people during the fair. Our demographic is a little bit older, so we're mom and dad with 2 kids and a baby carriage probably is going to have a harder time with public transport. But many of us could take public transport and be more than happy. Plus, it takes some hassle off of people if they use that type of thing. So we begin exploring and continue exploring alternatives to transportation in here.
That's excellent, and we've got some ideas that maybe we can help you with in the future, and we've discussed a little bit on that. One day maybe we'll see a West Allis trolley.
I think a trolley system would be wonderful. It would fit with the theme and the ideas of making West Allis in general a destination, and certainly the fair park can help with that mode and with that message.
Okay, well, Rick, thank you for the interview. I would suggest, and maybe you can add to this, that this year we're seeing history in the making.
We really are. It's fun to be a part of history, to be able to reach out and touch something that you know you've just made better for the next generation. That's pretty special.
Wisconsin Products Building, and today we're with the apple growers. They have a big new booth. The Wisconsin Products Building is 3 times the size, and behind me they're whipping up caramel apples and caramel apple dips. They have lustrous pastries. It's a great place to pick up an apple from the apple growers, and I don't know how many they serve, but they have a lot ready today. So come down and enjoy an apple. And we have some potato growers with us today that are going to introduce themselves and tell us what they do for Wisconsin.
Hi, I'm Carol Gagas, the president of the Potato Growers Auxiliary.
And I'm Brenda Bula. I'm the treasurer of the association, and I'm also the coordinator of the State Fair booth here.
You have some great big jobs on your shoulders. Congratulations. How many potatoes do you go through in the week or in the 11 days of State Fair?
Last year, we sold over 51,000 potatoes.
Wow, 51,000 potatoes, lots of happy, smiling faces. How is the Wisconsin Product Pavilion? Now, you're moved this year. You're in behind the Coliseum in the Wisconsin Product Pavilion in the southeast corner, I guess we'd call it, right near the entrance and the exit, so you're in a great spot. How are you liking it here in the Wisconsin Product Pavilion?
Well, the fair just opened, and it seems to be doing pretty good. We've got some things to get used to from different than the other booths, but the women seem to like it, and the people are finding us, so that's good.
For the first time at the Wisconsin State Fair, the Dairyland is offering you the Blue Ribbon Teas right here for sale to take home. In the case next to me, you can see the Blue Ribbon winners. Tonight there's the Governor's Cheese Auction. There's, as always, you got to get the cheddar, Swiss cheese, everything Wisconsin is famous for. So come on down and enjoy the new tea stand here of Wisconsin cheeses at the Wisconsin State Fair in the Wisconsin Product Pavilion. And now I'm joined by some royalty of their own, the Wisconsin Maple Queen. And why don't you introduce yourself and tell us all about what the Maple Syrup Association has for us.
Hi, I'm Melissa Gores from Toronto, Wisconsin, and I'm representing the Maple Association here. We're in the center of the Wisconsin Product Pavilion, where you can find us. You can find plenty of treats here. We've got some cotton candy made from Wisconsin maple syrup, along with some other types of candies. And of course, we've got the maple syrup, pure maple syrup, along with some barbecue sauce and some other toppings, along with some specialty gifts that work well for the gift giving at Christmas time and that sort of thing.
Barbecue with maple syrup. Where else can you find it but the Wisconsin State Fair? I hope you've enjoyed your tour through the Wisconsin Products Pavilion here at Wisconsin State Fair Park. We only toured a few businesses, but there are many more products to see. So come on down to the Wisconsin State Fair August 3rd to the 13th and visit the Wisconsin Products Pavilion. We're here with Stephanie Abbey from, where are you from?
Evansville, Wisconsin. Near where? Madison, in between Madison and Janesville.
Okay. And it looks to me like you probably take care of cows.
Yes, I do.
What's the name of your cow here?
It's Tahoe.
Tahoe. And is this like your favorite cow?
It's my cousin's, but it's actually my brother's, but my cousin took it to Rock County Fair, and so I'm bringing her to state because my other cows that I took to Rock County Fair, one of them is going to go into heat this time of month, so I really didn't want to bring her. And my other one's going to have her calf soon.
Do the cows get more irritable when they're at that time of the month?
Yeah, when they're in heat, they do. They get kind of irritable. Yeah.
Okay. So now we're right near the area where they wash the cows. So do cows enjoy getting baths?
Oh no, some of them do, but some of them don't.
And what do you have to do to get them in there and to get them clean?
We have to scrub them, put soap on them, and that kind of stuff.
Tell us about cow behavior. When they're, out in a pasture, hanging out together, do they, stand together, and are they, like, communicating with each other? What do you think that they're sort of doing when they're standing out there?
Most of the time, they're probably eating chasing each other, and that kind of stuff.
Is there a hierarchy sort of a thing that happens? Is there like a one that's in charge, sort of? Or?
Most of the time, it's like we have our red heifer spot. We have a big bull in there, so the bull is in charge.
And have you ever been at the fair before showing?
This is my first year here, but at Rock County Fair, I've shown about, this was probably my 5th or 6th time.
You're an old hand at doing it. All right. Thank you very much for talking to us.
Hey, here we are, opening day of the fair, and we're in the dairy barn, the brand new remodeled dairy barn. $2 million worth of renovations in this barn. And we have some young people from Waukesha County, and I'm just going to ask you your name and where you're from.
My name is Brian Dreeman. I'm from Waukesha. I'm Josh Field from Delafield.
I'm Justin Marion from Big Bend. I'm Lori Lawton from Oconomowoc.
Well, guys, you've been in a fair before, and you were in the old dairy barn. What do you think about this one?
Well, I think on hot days it gets really hot, and we should just get some kind of fan system in here to really cool it off a little and help the cows out.
Well, you do say you think it's brighter?
Oh yeah, I do. I think the paint job is wonderful. I also like the cement on the floors that can help control all of the dust.
Now, have you won medals before?
Yeah, kind of. Well, here my heifer placed 8th blue out of a class of like 65 animals, so I was pretty proud about that. It was one of my first years of showing here, so it was pretty exciting.
You guys are awesome. But how long are you here for the fair? The whole entire park?
I'm just going to be here for 6 days.
And then does something else come in, another batch of cattle?
The open show will follow us coming Wednesday.
Well, thank you very much for sharing this information with us, and enjoy the rest of the fair, and don't eat too many cream puffs.
All right.
I'm Mary Shanahan Spanik reporting for the West Allis Community Media Center, Channel 14. And we've been out here shooting for a couple of hours already today. It's the first day of the fair. And guess what? My feet hurt already. So I'm going to test out the Tootsie Wootsie. I'm sitting on it, and I'm going to just stick the quarter in and see what happens. My feet could definitely use a treat right now. So, oh, my God. Oh, wow. That is cool. Oh, it's really intense. Oh, I think you should take your shoes off for this, though. They're just like, it's vibrating like crazy. It's a reflexology on every part of your foot at the same moment. Oh, that's helpful. I think I'll be able to make it through the rest of the fair today now.